But I wonder why Vladimir Guerrero Jr. decided to give an interview with ESPN Deportes, and he decided to tell us exactly what happened with the negotiations with the Toronto Blue Jays. I was trying to think about what the strategy would be, why his agent would say, here's a good idea. Going into your final season before you become a free agent, let's explain to the world that you did not ask for what Juan Soto got, 15 years, $765 million from Steve Cohen. It's like a quarterback saying, hey, man, I didn't ask for what Watson got. It's a total outlier. I would have preferred for Vladimir Guerrero Jr. to do an interview and say, I think it's obvious that Rafael Devers got 10 years, $313 million when he was 27 years old. I'm going to be 27 years old. I believe that I'm at least comparable to him, if not a little better. I wanted 10 years, $314 million. That would have been a very compelling thing because the Blue Jays would have been despondent had they been called out for not even offering Devers. You can't have your client, Vladimir Guerrero, talk about Fernando Tatis. Tatis got 14 years when he was 21 years old, and he got $340 million. It's nowhere near where Soto is. It's not even in the same ballpark. And it's not like Guerrero said, oh, I would have taken 8 years, 9 years, 10 years. No. He said I wanted 14 years or 15, even 20 if they'd give them to me. He told us that there was an exchange of figures, that the meetings went until that last day of the fake deadline before his reporting day, which of course is not a deadline at all, but it's a manufactured one. And he said, we just couldn't reach an agreement. But don't worry, I'm not going to change the way I work. I have to keep working. Yes, that's true. He has to keep working because it's also true that none of the 30 teams will look at Vladimir Guerrero Jr. and say, oh, when I look at him, I think Tatis. Well, I mean, there's no steroid implications. So, okay, skip that. When I look at him, I don't think of Corey Seager. Corey Seager, 10 years, $325 million at the age of 27. Are we going to be upset with the Blue Jays for not giving 14 years to Vladimir Guerrero to go from age 27 to age 41 when he's already on the way to being a designated hitter? I'm just curious. Signing a player who you know is going to be a DH in the final many years of a contract is fine. Signing 2, less than ideal. Signing 3, impossible. So you're going to put all your eggs in the Guerrero basket because you're getting pressure from the fans or the media, or you're tired of being the bridesmaid because you're trying to get Judge and Ohtani and you think you do and then you don't? There's got to be a strategy when you give an interview to ESPN. The strategy for a player to give an interview is when the player is being castigated for a position that he takes or an action that he took. Think of it like sitting down with Barbara Walters, trying to explain without crying why, or Hugh Grant with Jay Leno. Was it Jay Leno or David Letterman? I think it was Jay Leno. Why? Vladimir Guerrero did nothing wrong. The Blue Jays did nothing wrong. Every single day, you have a player and a team that can't come to an agreement on value. They can't come to an agreement on term. They can't come to an agreement on how each party looks at the other. It's as normal as a Tuesday. It happens in every business. Every time an employee gets with his boss or her boss or their boss and says, oh, I thought I'd get a bigger raise or a bigger bonus or a bigger percentage of the company or a bigger commission structure. Sports is no different, nor should it be treated differently. When you are an employee of a company, forget the ability to go public. But here's a suggestion for you. Don't go into the food room or next to the water cooler and make a big stink about the fact that you're not paid enough or you're paid too much or other people aren't paid enough or you should have better opportunities, better benefits. because your bosses aren't going to really appreciate that. And if your bosses don't appreciate what you're doing, they are way less apt to bend. They're never going to break, but they're way less inclined to get even closer to what you want. And if you're going to meet the media before the season starts, are you going to say, I love the Blue Jays. I love the organization. I love the people. I love the fans. I love the city. I can't wait for the possibility of things working out. But I'm sorry that I liked a post of myself in a Yankees uniform. That's a little nugget there. You all remember that, I hope. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. said, I'm never going to play for the Yankees. And then he said, I didn't really mean that. I was young and stupid. And then somebody posted a doctored picture of him in a Yankee uniform. And there it is, like, his agents must be out of their minds. It's the last thing you need to do. You don't need to let the Yankees know that you want to be a Yankee. I didn't need to have players know they wanted to be a Marlin. Didn't care. I know how to make you want to be a Marlin, offer you more money and more years than anybody else. That's how. You think Jose Reyes woke up one day and said, man, I want to be a Marlin? No, he woke up one day and said, man, I want to be respected more than the Mets did. Give me more than they're offering. We are nowhere near close to Vladimir Guerrero signing long-term with the Blue Jays. The interview that he gave only guarantees that fact because the Blue Jays offering to give a 27-year-old 14 years is about as likely as me getting a 14-year deal with Meadowlark.